They are now going to fund it through California cap and trade. Now, I love all the people, too, that when I say cap and trade is nothing more than a tax, and everybody says this on the right. And I said this last week when Obama, he did a speech in the Rose Garden talking about the environmental regulations and everything that he's going to do to stop the carbon footprint. I said it's nothing more than cap and trade, and it's nothing more than a tax. Well, if cap and trade's not a tax, how is California now funding the high-speed rail through cap and trade? Because that's exactly what happened. They're going to use the funds from cap and trade to be able to fund the ongoing extortion of the California high-speed rail. Now, number two, and this is the other part that I always like to bring up, liberals have owned California for the last decade. They have. They could get anything passed and anything through and implement any left-wing policy that they want there. Now, how come they haven't pushed through the California cap and trade yet? However, when the funding got cut off for their big pet project, for all the big contracts, for all the big Democrats, the big Democrat donors, so Dianne Feinstein's husband's capital company that owns the construction company, so they can get $985 million to lay the track for the first leg of the high-speed rail, which, by the way, the first leg, it used to be 40 miles. Now it's 28 miles. So I assume he'll revise his bid. He'll probably knock like $1,000 off, I'm sure, from the initial $985 million that he's going to be paid. But it looks like now that the funding gets cut off, now they're ready to do cap and trade. So it really isn't about the environment, is it? When they need to find any way possible to be able to raise taxes, and they already did that in the rich last year, that didn't work. Still not enough money. Now that their pet project, that California high-speed rail, is in jeopardy, now they're ready to implement California cap and trade. So doesn't this just show exactly what the scam is? I mean, doesn't it show this in a nutshell? Oh, let's get $10 billion for a high-speed rail. Where's the money go? We have no idea. Funny, a lot of contracts went to a lot of very connected people. A lot of inflated projects went to a lot of connected people. Now the money's cut off. What are we going to do? Let's enact cap and trade. Oh, I thought cap and trade wasn't a tax. That's odd. How are you going to be able to fund this project to keep going if it's not a tax? And three, they could have done this for the last 10 years, but now that their pet project's cut off, now they're ready to enact California cap and trade.